funnily enough. However, I would never have believed anyone who, when I was back loving music years and years ago, before you were born probably, that I'd one day be sitting and talking to Iggy Pop. It's a funny world, it is. And also, Iggy Pop watches Most Wanted from time to time. So it just goes to show what a small and funny old world it is. Iggy, good evening.
Hey, Ray, good evening.
And it's good to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
Really nice. You make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, well, I have to stretch it out, yeah.
So, what about that fax that we had earlier on? Do you think that you look like Anthony Kiedis or not? I mean,
I think he looks like me, only younger. Not I look like him, only older.
You were first, yeah, right. Yeah. So you do?
I kind of noticed it, yeah.
You're quite perceptive like that. Yes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Now, about this new album, you've got a new album out in the shops, American Caesar.
Yeah.
And people are saying, a lot of people are saying in the press, it's your best one in a long, long time.
I guess they like it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they do like it. Did you feel something like that when you finished it?
I liked it, yeah. I thought, well, it was an honest effort, you know, so I felt personally like I really liked it. I didn't know if anybody else would, but like I could sneak a listen, I go, wow, or maybe if it was a quiet song, I kind of feel something. So I thought, yeah.
And they tell me in my ear, Alan the Dictator's listening again, he says, it's gone straight in at #2 in Sweden, apparently.
Yeah, hey, hi, you Swedes.
Well,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, right on, thanks.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So, this is the first time we've had a band as well for a long time, since the Stooges, isn't it? The first time we've had a band together.
One that actually like lasted through 1 or 2 cycles of my career.
Yeah, why don't they last with you then?
Well, it just took me a while. You know, I think what happened was my first band was it was kind of special, and it took me a long time to feel comfortable with being the boss.
Yeah.
You know, and I just didn't really want to. So I'd kind of play with some people, and then I'd drift off and play with some more people. I wouldn't sort of hang with them or anything until it was time to play again, and then whoever was around would say, hey, let's play for a while, and then drift off. And now I'm more comfortable with the idea. It's kind of fun, you know, kind of fun saying, okay, I'll take care of you. Don't worry, you know, come to Dad. You know?
I can't actually believe this. Reading a recent interview of yours, you said that you were still worried about this business being, you know, really fragile, and you're insecure.
Yeah, I'm a little less so. That's getting better. Like it's been about 2 months since I did that interview, and it's a little better already. I feel a little more solid. Like I've got support outside the record business. Because the record business is vicious, you know, they don't care.
No.
They don't care.
No. So your album was good. Nice art, Ig. What's the numbers?
I love your album.
Yeah, I love your album, right, love your album. You know, shine my shoes, wash my dog.
Of course, you never played that game, though, did you?
No.
But the first track on the album, I can't remember, my memory's so bad, in Wild America, you're talking about all of the guys and the kids, some of the bands today, who purport to be really wild and trashing things, and when you were doing it, though, how different was it then?
Well,
it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
I mean, as far as the trashing, probably the most honest thing anybody ever said, I read somebody said, well, you know, when Iggy was a teenager, Pete Townsend was breaking his guitar, so Iggy got the idea, I'll just break myself. Which is pretty accurate, actually. That's sort of the idea. I watched that and I thought, wait a minute, you know, I can just do this myself.
Wow.
Who needs a guitar?
It's like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, like Beavis and
Butthead. That's cool. I'll cut myself up.
I like Beavis and Butthead a lot.
Yeah, good.
I like it a lot.
Thought you might.
Yeah, right. So yeah, you know, everything was different, but everything was smaller. The scale of everything was smaller, and the guys who actually could turn the keys and unlock the doors for you, business-wise, tended to be more strange nutters. These strange characters, and they usually be like little potentates. They had a lot of power and a little money in their own little area, whereas now there are just a few big conglomerates that kind of own everything.
Yeah.
As soon as something gets popular with the public, they buy it.
Yeah, and make 20 others like it.
Yeah, and so the guys in charge tend to be company men. So what happens is the professionalism goes up, and the creativity, maybe that's questionable. Maybe the personality gets a little bit the same everywhere.
You're right, though. A lot of the characters have gone. I mean, I thought this when Freddie Mercury died. You know, he was one of the last great showmen. There aren't many around anymore.
Yeah.
Why don't they? Why aren't there that many? Or am I too old to see them now?
I don't know. Maybe it's a more pressured, a kind of a pressured time right now. You know, I thought about this the other day. I thought, like, when I was about 19, that was when I decided, okay, I'm not going to school. I'm not going to get a good, safe career. I'm going to be a musician. But at that time, like, there were not a lot of homeless people living in the streets. You didn't really hear about people who were sick just dying because they couldn't get medical care. There was no sexual plague. So it was a little bit, I just thought, hey, if I don't have anything to eat, I'll just steal a peanut butter sandwich, or, you know, I'll go over to somebody's house and just crash on their couch. And things were very loose and casual at the time.
Different world.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went to New York, it was 1968, and I saw, maybe in the whole time I was there a week, and I saw one, we called them bums then, asleep on the sidewalk, out of it in some way. And it really hurt me bad to see a person in that condition, but it was just one. Yeah. And now you see hundreds of that every day if you just walk a few blocks.
Walk around Camden Town where we are. Yeah,
so I think it's just a tougher, like, it's a kind of meaner world. And I also think because there are so many people ready to, like, either rob you or rape you or kill you without a lot of warning, it kind of makes I think the younger lyricists tend to be more fragmentary and tend to be more elusive as people, so they won't be such a good target.
All right.
Because flamboyance doesn't exactly pay. No. You know?
Well,
I mean, I would rather not even be famous at this point. It's almost like I would rather just be, if I could just be like maybe an independently wealthy gardener or something, and just, you know,
I don't think so, somehow.
I don't know, but sometimes I think that.
Is that a secret fetish, is it?
I like gardening.
Because you've got a place now in Mexico.
Yeah, I talk to the plants, and it's nice. They're nice.
Have you met Prince Charles at all?
No.
He does a lot of that.
Does he garden? Does he like to garden?
Yeah, and he likes to talk to the plants too.
I've read his. I know I've read his diatribes against the modern architecture, but I kind of like what he has to say, because I feel the same way. I like the old buildings. I don't like the funny looking new buildings, you know, unless they're really cool looking.
With nice plants outside.
Yeah, I don't like the weird, ugly ones. You know?
But you were talking about flamboyance. I mean, people wrote about you, the wild man, Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
Did that did you get sick of that, and did you have to go on stage? Oh, God, I have to cut myself up again and be the wild man.
No, you know when I would get really sick of it, it'd be in private. Like if I get a girl back to my room.
No.
And she'd go, "Okay, Iggy,
let's go, Iggy.
Come on, do it, baby, do it to me, and hurt me." And I'd be really like, "Oh no, God!"
Can we just read a book and talk?
Yeah, right.
Hey, the real Iggy Pop on Most Wanted. Now, Iggy, we're doing a phone poll this evening, asking people at home which song they'd like to see. Shall we have a look? We'll have a look at the numbers.
How it's going.
We'll have a look at the numbers. They'll be over there somewhere. I'll put my glass on, have a look. Which Iggy Pop song would you like to hear live at the end of the show? I Want to Be Your Dog, there's a number to phone. Or Louie Louie, a track off the new album. And there's a number to phone for that.
Different number.
What do you think? Iggy, what do you think they like?
Dun, dun, dun. Well, I know that. Whoa, it's getting closer.
Yeah.
Whoa, Louie Louie's coming up, man. Wow. That's a resilient song, eh?
Which one would you prefer?
Well, you know, if I could just kind of sneak them both in, that's what I was thinking.
Hey, we could find time for that. Let's just drop a couple of Take That videos.
Yeah, I like them both.
Now, I noticed actually when you were playing guitar, you played upside down.
Yeah, I play left-handed.
But I do too. I mean, did you put the strings up the other way or not? Did you put the strings up? No.
I do it with the fat string, the big fat string near me. Yeah. So it's the same way a right-handed person would play, except it has to be twisted around on the neck. Yeah.
That's how us real guitar players do it that way.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real inspiration.
Yeah.
What inspires you in today's music? Any stuff that makes you really feel good?
A lot of it. I always liked Nirvana a lot. I like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, they're really good.
Bad Seeds. God, who else? A guy named John Moran that nobody's heard of, who's a composer in New York, who did an opera called The Manson Family. That's really good. It's really good, but the Americans are a little scared of it. You know, oh, you're glorifying Manson, you know, but hey, you know.
He did a good enough job of doing that himself, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny about Manson. What's terrible about that is there are a lot of people that use his image now commercially without his permission in the States.
Are there?
Yeah, there's Manson T-shirts, Manson flyers, Manson handouts for fashion stores, or people do like little funny ads. Like one store said, well, if I had only gone to, I think it's Zipper in Philadelphia, they have a big picture of his face, and if I had only gone and spent some money shopping at Zipper, I would have relaxed and not gotten in all these problems. And you know, it's kind of like, I mean, they didn't pay him or ask him or anything.
No, I'm sure they didn't. No.
You know, whatever you did, it's kind of terrible to be incarcerated and have no rights, you know, so I don't know. But that's a good, he's a good musician, John Moran, anyway.
Well, listen,
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins, he's on the new album as well, briefly.
And the Rollins band's really getting good now. They got a new bass player.
Do you mind if you weren't expecting this at all? Don't worry, I'm not going to bring a really bad surprise on you. We're supposed to show a video now, and then you're supposed to go and walk around backstage somewhere and prepare for you. But would you mind sticking around for a couple more minutes?
No, I'd be happy to stick around.
Cool.
Yeah,
I think we'll keep Iggy on, Alan. What do you think? We'll keep him on and find out more about Iggy Pop, the man, the legend. But in the meantime, you want to see some Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I like this video, and I think everybody will like this.
Okay, well, you should sell it to the people at home on that camera over there.
This is Bob Dylan doing a song called Subterranean Homesick Blues. This is the original alternative video with Allen Ginsberg, the beat poet, lurking around in the background. And, you know, check Dylan's threads and the shades and everything. It's pretty cool. And the hairdo.
Well, that's enough, Iggy. I'll lose my job otherwise. Thanks a lot. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's some Bob Dylan. Great video. Bit of an unfortunate little ad there. Only the freshest videos get to be on MTV because we've just brought you one from Bob Dylan. Not exactly from yesterday, but chosen by our special guest this evening, Iggy Pop. If you've just tuned in, you've missed the real Iggy. Apparently, he wants to be a gardener rather than the wild man of rock. Well, we're glad you chose the other vocation, Iggy, anyway. I'm glad. Now, what was I going to ask you? Welcome back, by the way.
Hey.
My memory's gone again. My memory's gone completely. Oh, yeah, this is a funny thing. I heard today a friend of a friend of a friend said to me, hey, well, I used to love Iggy Pop, and I'm married now, and her name was Catherine, and she lives in Bristol. And apparently she used to send you naked photos, apparently.
Wow.
Did you get a lot of that stuff?
I do get some from time to time. I really kind of enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Any you don't want to send them this way?
I do. Wow, I wonder, God, I used to get some of a girl that would just send everything but her head.
Fantastic.
She would have said the head, you know. Yeah, I wonder if that was her. I don't know. Wow. But I get them from time to time.
Yeah.
It'll usually be one person for a while, and they'll send them because they're waiting for a reaction.
Yeah.
You know, something more personal, I think. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Catherine just wanted to, you know, let me in on something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was hoping you were going to give me the answer.
No, I don't remember.
I get, you know, photos of little girls on holiday with their mums and dads. I don't get any of that sort of stuff. What am I doing wrong?
I don't know. Well.
All right, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know, you got to make your, I guess this might help you right here, you know. This could be the start, right?
Yeah, sorry, Iggy. That was the actual underlying...
Oh, I see. Right, I see.
Underlying reason I asked you the question. I was told by a few people outside the studio today that you went out, you wanted to go out and walk in Camden Town.
It was really nice,
But it's a bit difficult for you, I'd imagine, because people when you are well known, people say, hey, you're Iggy Pop.
No, they go more like, hey, you are Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop, I know you. I am from, and then fill in the blank. It's always foreign tourists here in London. So it's just, I feel like, you know, like Big Ben or the Beefeater or something, you know. It's really nice. I really like it. You know, I really like it if people say hi. I get a big kick out of it. It is. It's a great thing, isn't it? Because people are generally very nice to you. I mean, unless they want to come and shoot you, of course, that's a different thing. That was really nice.
But do you deal with it all of the time, always the same? I mean, are there times when when you're eating in a restaurant or something, or you're chilling out somewhere?
No, only if, you know, I'm sort of like really happy if anybody's listening to music at all, you know. So no, it never really gives me a pain unless the person's coming, you know, going out of their way to be obnoxious.
Yeah, of course,
you know?
What is the thing that keeps you putting out music, you know, and not just living in Mexico and stopping? What is it that keeps you going? Well,
I think it's kind of everything's been getting better and better for me all the time, you know. Both the old stuff is kind of getting more checked out now than it used to get, and the new stuff is kind of getting better.
Do you still have good contracts from those days, though? You're not going to get all the back catalogue sold and then you get none of the money?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, good.
I'm okay.
Excellent. Just checking.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What about touring? Are we going to see you?
Yeah, I've been touring this summer, and then all fall and winter I'm touring here in Europe. I'm really happy about it. A lot in France and a lot in Germany, and most of Germany's mostly in December, end of November. France is mostly in November. I'm going to go to Slovenia as well, play Ljubljana.
Excellent.
Yeah, I used to go to. It's not a good time to go to Belgrade right now. So.
Well,
I
not
went
really.
to Belgrade and Zagreb before, and I really liked it.
You're not a stranger to Europe, of course, are you?
No, I really.
Everyone remembers your Berlin connection. Did you, by the way, did you go there during when the wall was coming down or anything? Did you?
No, I heard it was coming down, and I immediately thought, oh no, I'd keep it up,
Did you?
That's the way I felt,
Why?
and because it was just kind of a special little place where all the kind of empty redundancy that multiplies itself and kind of crushes people in the world and makes everybody kind of semi-depressed, and you don't know why, didn't exist. It wasn't there, and that was just. It was kind of one of these places where nobody's in charge. And it was like a little magic. It was like a reverse Disneyland,
a sort of a more
Disneyland
Iggy
for
Pop
bad
type Disneyland,
people. Yeah, and they had all the sort of all the real decadent, certain like people who loved the idea of decadence. A lot of them left over from the war. It's just nice.
Certainly a really strong underground culture, sure.
It was real underground, yeah.
But we can't, of course, get into the conversation about the oppression and the fact that it shouldn't have been there in the first place.
La-di-da and all that. Yeah, I know, and it's fine, and I'm excited about the city right now, and I love the city right now and what that represents too. So, but it's a natural thing when you get used to one thing one way. Oh no, give it back, yeah.
And one last thing, because you've been around in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s in the music business, and
60s too.
And the 60s, yes,
That's
let's
right.
not forget the 60s.
Yeah,
4 decades.
Yeah.
Wow, man. And I was going to ask you, what do you think? Because you've always been really involved in the world, and when you haven't just been making music, and I mean, you'd spent a lot of the time out of your head in the early days, I guess, but you were still in tune somewhere with some world.
I still read the papers.
10 times, or did I quite get that?
Right. Actually, there was a period when Nixon was president that I think I successfully just blocked it out. I never liked Nixon, and I would always say, I just would have to ask, who's the president right now? If it came up,
What about the memoirs, though? What about them? Are they going to come out?
Well, I wrote something in 1981 called I Need More. And I wrote it. It was sort of stories of being young and being in a little band on a local level and how you feel about that. And I wrote it because I kind of knew I was going to have to grow up. And I'm re-releasing that. You can get it through Henry Rollins' press. I think it's called 12-something-61, whatever his birthday is. It'll be out in about another month. I'd like to write something else, but for now there's a tour diary coming out in Q, I think, the next issue.
Oh, cool.
That'll be available.
Right, okay. So Iggy Pop, lots of merchandise of Iggy Pop out there in the shops at the moment. Don't forget, here's a new album once again. American Caesar, lend it your ears, and had millions more questions, Iggy, but not the time.
No, thanks for having me.
Maybe you'll come back and do some big band music with us in a few months or something.
Yeah,
maybe
I'd
you
love
bring
to.
a band in.
Oh, I'd love to. Wow.
Excellent. Well, you heard me here on Most Wanted.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure to meet you.
Same
and
here.
Thanks for telling us about the gardening bit. I'll never forget that, Iggy. Never. Okay, here's the wonder stuff now. Stick around. Iggy Pop will be up with your choice of one of his records later on. Don't go away. You've been phoning in your millions, apparently, to decide which song Iggy Pop will play at the end of this show. You take control of Iggy, and here's what you had to say. Here are, in fact, the final results, and I haven't seen these yet. Neither has Iggy. Oh, that is why I want to be your dog. I thought we were going to fix it, Alan. Ugh, I want to say I want to be your dog. Oh, well, another time. I'll see him when he tours. Hey?
What is it?
Oh, it's an old song. We'll do a new song.
It is, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't see I haven't got a monitor here. Okay.
And Louis won.
Oh, well, all right.
And we got a camera on Iggy. No, we haven't. Have we? Let's have a look at Iggy, just to prove he's here. Hello, Iggy.
Hey, I didn't write that.
Hey. American Caesar is the new album, and this is out in the shops now, and you heard Iggy saying he'll be touring all over Europe, so go and support him wherever he is, and he may well come back on this show and do a big full live setup. We'd love to have him back. Tune Case writes in, I'm not sure where this is from, Tune, I'm sorry, but you said somewhere out there in Europe, you say, Iggy has sort of orchestrated my entire growth and my entire being, and I've grown up in a more sensible way thanks to him. So thank you, Iggy, says Tune Case.
Nice to say.
And loads of other people have written in to say hello to Iggy. Well, I'll say hello to him for you. Thanks for all your faxes, thanks for your letters, thanks, most importantly, for your time. We'll be back tomorrow night with Back to the Planet as special guests. They're a new band from Britain. You may be interested in hearing what they've got to say and what they're like on music. And I'll run out of things to say now, obviously, so I'll just leave you with some fine music. You voted for it, you got it. On Most Wanted, ladies and gentlemen, Iggy Pop and... Wait for it, Louis. Thanks for your time, see you tomorrow, bye.